my name is Nanthini Palan. I am a physiotherapist and a Rehab Pilates instructor trainer rehab from Geriatric Pilates and Physiotherapy Studio. So today I will be teaching you an exercise which will help you with your balance, and there will be many people that can benefit out of it. But I would like to insert some fun element in it, and I'm going to use the tools that's going to give you some fun facts about me. Well, the first one that I'm going to show you is a trigger point ball, and this resembles my profession as a physiotherapist. And this one is a water bottle. So basically I love doing sports like badminton, playing futsal, as well as jogging. So this keeps me hydrated whenever I do that activities. The next one is my clock with a Tweety bird on it. So basically I love watching cartoon because it keeps me very happy most of the time. And finally I have a helmet. This is my motorbike helmet. For those who knows me and would like to know me more, I'm more of a rider than a driver. I own a bike and I love riding my bike mostly to wherever I want to go. So if you notice all these props that I have here, it varies in terms of height, and this is how you can play around in terms of how you're going to work your joints by challenging it to different heights and different objects that you have and you would like to play with along during the exercise, because you should have fun while you are exercising, and that's the most important thing. Okay, so let's check out what the exercise is all about. Okay, the exercise that I'm going to be showing you today is called single leg stand balance exercise, and we will talk about who can benefit out of this exercise. The first one are elderly population. It will be great to work on your balance, maybe to train as well as even improve your balance, as you will need to overcome obstacles with different heights and different surfaces in your day-to-day activity, even like walking. So by doing this, you will benefit to reduce the risk of fall, because it can put you into very dangerous situation like fracture of hips and other areas like even your wrist. So it's very important to take care of your balance. Second thing is like for people who are athletic based. It could be a dancer. If you're a dancer, you will need to balance on a single leg and keep a good posture as you're dancing and work around the musculature of your legs and hips. So this will be beneficial for you too. For runners, could be like even marathon runners. In order to complete the whole distance that you have worked on, you need to keep a good, strong and balanced feet in order to go through that, as well as keep a good core, and good posture to strive along the entire distance that you have planned. Apart from that, for other sports and athletes like footballers, you also need to stabilize over your knee, especially if you're looking at sports like netball, basketball. Usually injuries happens when it comes to the landing phase rather than the jumping phase. So this can train and increase the proprioception of your ankle as well as knee joint in order to enhance your performance and reduce the risk of injury. And from rehab perspective, it could be a good training or retraining if you have any injuries like ankle sprain or even ligamentous injuries on your knees, to train back your balance and neuromuscular aspect so that you can perform again better, or as well as to make sure that you balance through when you're doing that sports and activities. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to do this exercise. So you need to prepare an area by placing the props, the 4 props that you choose. One at the front, one on side, the other one is at the back, and another one across at the back. So if you follow a clock, you're going to have the objects at 12 o'clock, at depends either if I'm going to use my left leg, then it's going to be like at 9 o'clock, at 6 o'clock, as well as here currently it's like 5 o'clock. Okay, so once you have placed this rock, what you're going to do is you're going to continue breathing throughout the exercise. I'm choosing the right leg to stand on to do the exercise, and the left leg is the one that's going to be placing and trying to touch over the objects. So you stand with the right leg, stabilize, make sure your hip is square to the front and there's no rotation or sagging on the standing side. Use your glutes, engage it and stand. Keep your core nice and connected, so you're sandwiching both front and back core and glutes, as well as continue breathing. Then you're going to use the musculature of the working leg in order to touch. If you need to bend slightly on the supporting leg, you can do so in order to reach and just touch towards the object. And then you're going to continue with all that 4 angles that you have placed and try to balance through as you do it. Okay, I'll show you one more time. So this is left leg, touching the front, touching the side, touching the back, and touching across to the back. And you return. So this is how you do the exercise. Same thing, you do it over the other side. So you need to change the position of the object. making sure that you can aim for the same 4 direction with the other leg as well. Okay, let's talk about the essence of the exercise as well as how you can work on the intensity of the exercise to as a beginner, as well as if you want to have more progression and challenge, because everybody have different level of task and intensity that you got to do. Like I said, you can be coming from a general population to a sports and athletic population. So I'll give you some tips how you can work along with this. The essence of the exercise is the standing leg is going to work on the hip musculature, as well as you're going to be working your core throughout when you're doing this particular exercise. Whereas the other leg, where you're using the free leg to work, what you're going to be doing is you're going to use again the front hip muscle, the side hip muscle, and the back hip muscle to work along. Like I've mentioned, you have different height of object. So according to the sports or the activity you do, you can choose the height. If it's lower, then you got to just work in that range. If you need to raise your leg higher in your sports, then you can use something higher to work along. Apart from that, what you can do is you can also constantly work on the balance of the standing leg for all the joints, including your ankle, your knee, as well as your hip. So these are the essence of your exercise. And if you look in terms of how you can make this exercise as a beginner, you keep the objects closer to you to begin with, and you try to do one round complete, and then you stay back to the center, and then repeat that for the next round. But if you want to progress and make things more difficult, then you put all these objects even further away so that you got to try to reach for it, and that would be difficult. As long as you can keep your balance, you can increase the repetition by doing maybe 3 to 5 rounds without placing the free leg, and that could be also working on maybe at a higher level. Give it a try. It's a great exercise to train your balance. Hope this helps you, and all the best. Good luck. Thank you.